Hi everybody, this is Blossom, and today I want to show you the Animal Totem Tarot. This deck was gifted to me by my sister. Thank you very much. This was a Christmas present, and so far I really like it. I just had my first reading with it and it was very cool. So this is the box it comes in. And it is by Lisa Robertson and illustrated by Eugene Smith. And already this picture was one of the reasons I really wanted it. This is a Llewellyn deck, and it comes with the cards and the guidebook. The guidebook, well, it's a big guidebook. And it is 347 pages. So that's already great. I come later to the guidebook. First I want to show you the cards. And of course we start with the Fool. And I hope you can really see that, how much structure is really in the images. I didn't really realize that before. I saw a video on YouTube, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe I didn't watch it in HD, but yeah. Well, it was a pleasant surprise for me. So for the Fool, we have the grasshopper. That is really great. See, he doesn't even need his back here, or how do you say that? Then. And this is the picture from the box. We have the Magician, and there we have the Fox. And yeah, it's so great. I did my first reading today with it. And this was the first day of snow today here. So, I love just because there is snow now. And then we have the High Priestess. And I think this will not be my favorite card. I'm not that fond of spiders, but that's alright. We need spiders. I actually let them live now in the house. I learned to somehow live with them. As long as they are not, you know, too big and hairy or something. Now we have number 3, the Empress. Also a great picture. And can you see that now? I have to be, it kind of, I don't know, what is the best way? Like this? Yeah, I really want you to see that. And then we have the Emperor. There we have the Gorilla. And then the Hierophant. Oh, I love that. Normally, you know, with tarot decks, I mentioned that before already. I go mostly for pagan decks or nature-based decks. And yeah, the Hierophant, when it is a Pope, I have difficulties with this. And so this is really a sweet card for the Hierophant. And then we have the Lovers with swans, a black and a white one. We also see the trees here. Here we have white flowers, and there we have red ones, or yeah. And then the Chariot, an orca. Do you say it like that? I hope. And then we have number 8 with Strength, and we don't have a lion, we have an ox, but that works fine. I like it. And then my card, really my card, the Hermit. That's just adorable. There we have the Praying Mantis. Love that. The Wheel of Fortune. And there we can see a ladybug above it. So for good luck. Ladybugs are also, when you see a ladybug, just whisper a wish to them and they will bring your wish to the fairies. Just a little trick so that you know. And then we have Justice, and there we have the crane. And sometimes I have to look up the name in English for the animals because I don't know every name of the animals in English. I still have to learn that, and this deck is really great to do that. And then we go to the Hanged Man. And there we have a honeypot ant. See, without the book, I wouldn't know that really. And then we have Death. Wait, what's the name of it? Just have to tell. A California condor. All right. Okay. And Temperance. There we have the flamingo. This is just really beautiful. Really, in its colors and the rainbow in the background. It's just really beautiful. And we also have always those messages, and I'm really tempted to read all those messages out loud, but you know, it will take forever, so I just have to And then we have Bobcat, I think. Well, yes, Bobcat as the devil. Oh, this is not so nice, you know. Oh, poor bunny. And then the tower. And what is it? A termite. Okay, there is a hill like that, yeah. Interesting. And the star card, also very beautiful. There you see the oyster, and it's a pearl in it. And then the how do you say, the lightning tower in the background. I love those. And then, oops, then we have the moon with an owl. That is really great. Love that, all for intuition. And then the sun card. It's so sweet, the sun card. And it's really that bright, and yeah, with the light now you don't actually really see it, I think. But it's amazing. It's a very light blue sky and the sun in it. And there we have the lemur. And then Judgment. There we have reindeers. And I heard people saying that they couldn't make really sense out of it. But I think later when we go through the guidebook, I will just read about the Judgment card with the reindeers, and it really makes sense. And then the world, there we have the atoll. So that's already very nice. There we have the Ace of Swords, and there we have a panda. God, I love him so much. That was my first stuffy ever panda, and I still have that. It's still in my bedroom. Then we have Two of Swords. And we have a bird, I know that. But what is it? A Wilson's, oh my, plover? I'm sorry. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I should have looked that up before. Normally I do that, but I wasn't, yeah, no, I missed that one. And then we have the Three of Swords. Oh, such a sad card. Look at the elephant. Oh my. That's sad. And then we have the Four of Swords, and there we have a zombie toad. Okay, so that lives in the desert. And here we have number 5, and I just want to read some of those messages for you. Although I am hardly afraid of sharp, pointy things, I do find it bothersome when they show up when I least expect to encounter them. I have to admit, it does throw a girl off her game. But in this world you have to see what is really there and then change direction accordingly. So I like these little messages, really. It's very nice. And then we have the Six of... Sorry, my voice doesn't work today. We have the Six of Swords, and there we have the Sugar Glider. Oh, that's the name for that in English. Interesting. A sugar glider, really? Wow. And number 7. And there we have a ferret. Oh, that's really cute. And then we have the 8. And there we have a mole. I actually saw a few of them today. Very cool. And number 9. And there we have a whippoorwill. And he's sitting on a tree branch just in front of the window. We still have the swords there in the background. Oh. And then we have 10 of Swords. A pigeon on a roof. Yeah, well. Then we have the Page of Swords. And the Knight of Swords. I had that in a reading before. Oh, and the Queen of Swords. Really love that Queen of Swords. You know, I kind of... I have those Queen of Swords characteristics, but I often don't like the image of the Queen of Swords. But here with this white wolf, that is just perfect. That is perfect. Then I can live with that. And we have the King. That's great. So, and we go into the Wands. And there we have Firefly. Oh no, it's catched in a glass. Let them free, let them free. And there we have Two of Wands. And yeah, I tell you, it's a stingray. And then we have Three of Wands, the woodpecker. And then Four of Wands with a bowerbird. Number 5. There we have a honey badger. Oh no, and he gets attacked. And then we have number 6 with the bee. You can see her here on the flower. And then we have a skunk with the number 7. Number 8, we have a horse. Yeah, that makes really, that explains it. Quick, swift action. Fast movement. And the 9. And number 10. There we have a snail on it. There we have the snail. It has to climb up. And here we have the Page of Wands, that fits. And a Knight. And the Queen as a lioness. And the King. Very nice. So going into the aces, there we have the Kingfisher. Sorry, I have to look that up because I don't know the word in English. It's also such a beautiful and colorful, deep in colors. Really love it. The Two of Cups. There we have a hermit crab. Now that's interesting. Can I read that message? Yes, I will. If ever there was an odd couple, it would be us. We don't seem to look like we belong together, but you will find us together on many a coral reef or aquarium. In fact, we could not think of anywhere else we would rather be than right here with each other, deeper under the sea. Friends till the end. Oh, this is just beautiful. I love it. And then we have the Three of Cups. That's really a nice card. Perfumed. Alright. I had that in a reading before. And then we have 4 with the octopus. It also has a nice message, but I won't read them all. And then we have 5 of cups. That's a bit sad. Look at him. Oh dear. And then we have happy again. Great. And we have 6. Number 6 with the otters. And number 7, and there we have the dragonflies. I love that. Number 8, we have a fish, a salmon. Alright. And again we see, focus. In the smallest details. Here in the moon we have all those. You can see that? I love that about this stack. And then we have the 9 of cups. There we have a butterfly. That is great. And then we have the 10 of cups with a penguin family. And here we have the Page of Cups. And there we, there we go. And the Knight of Cups. Also a very nice card. That's just great. That is just great. The Queen of Cups, and there we have a moose. That is perfect. Really. Again, I try to focus. Yeah, that you can see all that structure in it. And the King of Cups. Oh, that's lovely. Normally I don't know, the King of Cups comes often to me for a certain kind of person. And it's more, the meaning of King of Cups reversed, but when I see this card, oh, it can't be something bad. No, that's just great. And there we go. Ace of Pentacles, there we have the dung beetle. Then we have 2 of Pentacles, Harrier hawk. And then we have three of pentacles, and then we have the giraffe. I love giraffes. They're just so funny. And the four of pentacles, the squirrel. I just had another deck, I have to read that, where there were, with the pentacles, a lot of squirrels in it. There was the Modern Spellcasters Tarot, and with the pentacles there was always a squirrel with it. And then we have five of pentacles. Oh, raccoon dog. And then the number 6, and we have chicken. And number 7, there we have the elk. We see here in the background they're fighting each other, and he's just waiting. And then number 8, there we have the mountain goat. Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. Number 9, there we have the tortoise. And number 10, we have the rabbit. The whole family together. Then we go into the page. The knight. Oh yeah, it's adorable. And oh, the Queen of Pigs. The Queen of Pentacles. She's also the queen of all the other pigs, you know. And the King of Pentacles. Oh, great. So those were all the cards, and I will show you the book now. I don't think I showed you the back. I will do that first. So this is the back. And is it reversible? I have to look a bit closer. No, it's not. No, it's not reversible. It depends if you read with it or not. And I still have to find something, a good color to edge them. Yeah, and of course, yeah, borderless, that's just great. And I love when they just have that, you know, it doesn't take too much room, and it doesn't, you know, it doesn't bother me when it's like this in the image. Yeah, so let's see the book. For the contents, we have first an introduction, chapter 1, Tarot for the Uninitiated, chapter 2, Power Animals, Animal Totems and Animal Guides, chapter 3, Understanding the Journey, chapter 4, Before You Begin, chapter 5, The Major Arcana, chapter 6, The Royal Families, chapter 7, The Minor Arcana, and then in chapter 8 we still have 3 different spreads. So the royal families are a bit secluded. I know that in the guidebook of the Druidcraft Tarot we have that as well. And I kind of like that. Don't know why, but I like that. Maybe because at the beginning, especially at the beginning of learning tarot, I had so many problems with the chord cards that I like them to be a bit separated, you know, a bit treated a bit special. Yeah, okay, this is the introduction, the how-to of a reading, asking your first question, and then she explains that, and then she says, congratulations, you just did your first reading. And then we have the chapter about the power animals, animal totems and animal guides. Interesting to read as well. And animals we fear, so I read about that because I'm afraid of the spider in the back. And then we have understanding the journey, here before you begin. And then we go into the major arcana, and here we can see it is a whole page. The image of the card is a whole page. And then we see that the fool, the grasshopper, so the animal, always have a message. Then we have a general description of the card. And then it goes into particular areas in your life. So we have business and career, family and relationships, health and well-being. And she writes about, because that is what people mostly ask about. And I think that's very nice. I like that. And then we still have the card of the day journal prompts. And for the Fool, for example, the questions are: in what area of your life do you want to make a change, but are stopping yourself because you don't wish to be seen as foolish? What does it mean to follow your gut or follow your instincts? If you could do, be, or have anything right now, what would it be? And then you take those questions and you just journal about it. That is a very nice idea. I like that. And then you also have a whole page to write down your notes. So I usually use my journal for that, but it would be nice to do it in a book as well. So, and it is the same thing for the minor arcana. So it's not less. It's still the general description, the message, and then business and career. It's the same thing. Now, to give you an idea how the book is written, I will just read you. I will read in the general description. So, for judgment. Long ago, in a time when we used to be one with the energy and flow of the earth, the reindeer was considered a sacred animal. Before farming became the acceptable way to obtain food, the reindeer showed us how to tap into the bounty that surrounded us. To walk the path of the reindeer was to walk the way of the natural world. Today, however, the reindeer seem to have lost their sacred place in our daily lives. Instead, they now belong to the myths and stories of the great jolly fat man of the north, Santa. Yet, despite the fact that the majority of us no longer walk the deer trails, their connection to gift-giving is pretty similar to the ways our ancestors experienced them. For the reindeer, even in its role as sleigh puller, it is still a symbol of bounty and magic. Here in the sacred world of the reindeer, no one judges you or deems you unworthy. In fact, the energy of the judgment card itself speaks little of the art of being judged and more about the liberation from it. This card reminds you that the only person who limits and diminishes you is yourself. The gifts the reindeer bring remain unopened because you have not allowed yourself to open them. That which you have asked for is right there for the taking. All of you have to do is claim it as yours and liberate yourself from the ties that bind you to your limitations. And then it goes on and on. With business and career, and I think you get the idea. So I like that. It is great to read that, and also, as I said before already, all the messages, that is just something I really like. And then we have those spread, and the spread one is the inner totem pole, and it is described. It has a long description for each card, what each card is meant for. We have card number 1, card number 2, card number 3, card number 4, card 5, 6, 7. So there we have a lot of explanation. Then the second spread, that's a bit shorter in its description here. And the spread 3, the situation spread. I haven't tried one of those yet. So, and that is the book. And we're done. So if you have this deck already, I would love to hear about your experience with it. And if you don't have it and you watch this review to have a proper look at the cards, I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any suggestions, you can leave a comment. And I just want to mention one last thing. I did a deck interview spread with this one. I have that now in a separate video. I will link the video in the description, so you can have a look at this as well, because that was really a beautiful reading. Thank you very, very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I hope I will see you next time. Bye bye.